I'm confused.
I think we're live. We're live.
Okay.
And it's dark on you. Scoot over just a little bit.
Okay.
Yay, we're here. Cool. And my name is Mandy Straight, and I am bringing Sierra Frost to you. She's got some really cool stuff to talk about. Her F.L.Y program that's happening next week. 1 week from today, it starts.
So I'm Sierra Frost with Invitation Wellness. Check out the link above to the F.L.Y program, because this week only you can bring a friend for free and gift it to them, which is a really, really cool thing to do. Plus you get to spend time together, which is super, super fun. While you're logging on, if you're joining us so that we know you're here, just tell me where you are and what is your favorite thing about summer, because it's definitely summer now and it's exciting. I know it's beautiful in Denver today, and I want to know where you are at and what you love, activities you love, or weather, or whatever it is today.
Yes, because what we're going to be talking about in the F.L.Y Life, our section of it next week, we're going to be talking together next Thursday, and we're going to be talking about how your surroundings affect your world, how you understand your world, and how you are loving yourself.
So our class is one of 7. It's a week-long intensive that we will be doing called the F.L.Y Life, which F.L.Y stands for First Love Yourself. So everything we're doing is grounded in loving yourself, and then how that projects and reflects into the world, as well as really enhances your life. It is the root of everything that makes your life fulfilling, is my belief. So our class is going to be called Sexy Spaces, and it's about designing a life that turns you on inside and outside, which is really exciting. So we're talking about summer, and you guys are telling me what you love about summer and where you're at.
Right? In your comments, you're telling us right now.
Like right now. So we know that
it's not a rhetorical question.
This is a requirement.
It's a requirement.
While you're telling us that, just start thinking about like what kinds of things change as our environment starts to change with the season. So it could be the clothes that you're wearing, it could be the food that you're eating, it could be, right now we're outside on a patio. We obviously wouldn't do that in winter time, and maybe not in other times as well. What else might change with the seasons?
Something that comes to mind for me is we just had Memorial Day, and yesterday was barbecue day of the year, really, right? One of the few, or one of the many, but one of the ones that's like a big deal, barbecue day. And that's something that's not available. It's not really something, especially if you live in Colorado, that's possible to do in a different season. So the surroundings of the season are creating the experiences that are possible, the interactions that are possible with the people around you.
One thing I noticed this week, I'm from Alaska, and so people on my feed and have been texting me all these pictures of baby moose, because moose are being born right now. And then I was on a run and there was all these goslings out, and so I was thinking about just birth and hope and children and all of those ideas and environment, and what that creates inside of me that is also reflected in nature. So
yeah, I noticed too, clearly how much sunshine we get has a huge effect on us. And I'm way less tired. I need less sleep in the summer, and I'm way more likely to go out and have fun later in the evening, because I don't feel like it's so late on me. And that's just light, which you can create differences intentionally on how much light you're getting in your spaces, and start to incorporate that intentionally, not just kind of being a victim to what the world hands you, right? And the location that you're in, which I'm sure is a big deal in Alaska too.
Oh, absolutely. Anyone from Alaska watching this could be like, I know all about that, light changes. And I think that what Mandy just said is really important. It's really empowering to know that we have a choice in our environment, and that using our environment to our advantage can really change the way we feel, the way our day is going, the way our life's going. Because as you know, every hour that we love leads to a day that we love, leads to a week that we love, leads to a month that we love, and then suddenly a lifetime that we absolutely love to be in. And if that's not your life, then I really, really challenge you to click the link above and think about joining us, because I want you to feel fulfilled and joyous and excited and like this about what you are doing, because that's how I feel, and I know that that's how Mandy feels as we were talking today about this program.
Oh my gosh, we have the coolest program designed for you next Thursday. You guys are going to have the best lead up on Tuesday, Wednesday. You're going to have Sierra's going to be talking with some really amazing people with more amazing content. But what we're doing on Thursday is going to be so interactive. I mean, all of it will be. But our Thursday class that we just outlined is going to be so interactive. It's going to really engage you to ask yourself some questions that you probably haven't associated with your interior design kind of style and decorating before. And it's going to really trigger some different results for you because you're looking at it a very different way.
Mm-hmm. So one of the outcomes that we talked about when we were outlining the program is at the end of it, you're going to know what your style is, and it might not be what you expect.
It's probably not, actually.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Which is super exciting to be like, oh, I thought I was this one thing, but it turns out I'm something completely different.
And the different thing is way cooler.
Yeah.
Like way cooler.
Exactly, because it turns me on inside and out, right? That's the purpose.
Yeah.
So another outcome that's super important for us, and Mandy mentioned, everything we're going to do is going to be super interactive, which means you're going to be engaged, you're going to be discussing, you're going to have other people around you supporting you, talking about the same topic. And at the end of the class, I think we've all gone to these classes where you get tons of information and it's like super exciting and great. And then the next day, you're kind of like, what do I do now? Like, that was cool and interesting, but I have no idea how to apply these concepts. And so one thing that's super important in all 7 of the F.L.Y Life classes is that at the very end, you will have the skills immediately
Right away
to change your environment so that you can lead a life of fulfillment. You'll know exactly what your style is and how to integrate that immediately. You won't have to wait. We're not going to force you to buy something that then you'll be able to use this information. You're going to have information to be able to use it immediately. And that's really important, that you are empowered to be able to change your life using the skills that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. And one cool thing too is we're not going to talk to you about like, here are the trends of 2018 and here's the one color you should paint your wall. And that's why you know the answers when you get to the end of it. It's not going to be like that. We're going to ask you a lot of questions and you're going to do it for yourself, which means it's going to be eons better. It's just going to be so awesome and amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point. That part of first loving yourself is figuring out the answer to the question, who am I? And you know what I hear a lot from clients, and maybe you do too, is I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going in my life. And let's be honest, who does? It might change day to day. It might change month to month, week to week, depending on how we change. Here's a more important question that I encourage you to consider today. Do I know who I am? Do I know who I am?
And do I know who I am today? Like, I don't have to worry about next week.
Yeah.
But who am I today? And I think that's really important because rather than deciding who you are or having someone, a coach, tell you who you are, what you're doing is asking yourself the question and really making the space to ask it and to allow yourself to answer, and not like your head, like, oh, well, I know that I'm Mandy Straight and blah, 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 all the things we do. But if you allow yourself the space to answer that question, I think you're really going to be surprised with what you find out. And that's really where we're stemming this whole program from. On Thursday, the session that we'll do together is really about asking yourself questions so that you'll know your own answer.
So step number 1 is awareness of who I am. What do I want? How does that reflect into the world? And then step number 2 is talking about how do I apply those concepts and create it. So right now, if you're watching this either live or the recording, just take a moment to do this exercise, like 2 minutes. Just look around you, just notice, no judgment, no critiquing, just notice what is around you. Start to label it. So in the space we're in, the walls are blue. There's some green pillows, there's sunlight, there's shade, there's
We hear
a breeze.
traffic, we hear people next to us, watching us.
I smell some food. I smell some kind of like earthy grass, summer smells. I know that there's someone with me, so I feel a sense of connection. I feel pretty comfortable. The temperature of my body feels comfortable. So notice some things around your environment and then ask yourself some of these questions. What's the emotion that I feel here? Who am I when I'm in this environment? What does it inspire me to think and to say and to do and to be?
And then notice how that's different when you go to a different space. I mean, maybe you're at work now, maybe you're in a car while you're listening to us. when you get to a different space, do that same activity, answer those same questions, and notice what's different. This is you're in now a different space, and what's different for your full experience of existing within that space.
And that's exactly what designing your life in a way that turns you on inside and outside is about. Knowing who you are and then creating a space that supports who you are so that you can feel that. And it can change, and it can be in different spaces who you want to be. And that's exactly what this program is about. And I'm so, Mandy mentioned earlier about being interactive. The first activity we are doing in our class is one of my absolute favorite interactive activities of all time. And I am so stoked about doing it and sharing it with you guys, and building a community to support each other in creating this life is super exciting. And just so you know, when you click the link above and you check out the program, you'll also see that there are 5 more experts that are joining. So again, the program is a week long. It's 7 classes. They're live. You can also access the recordings, and we'll have experts. We'll be talking about things like CBD. We'll be talking about how to use humor and laughter. That'll be a really fun class. To create more joy in our life. And then Mandy and I will be talking about the interior-exterior environment. We'll be talking about Ayurveda and having a practitioner come in. We're going to be talking about designing your life, making decisions. So making decisions based on your values and your vision of what you want versus kind of that logic brain of what you think you should do, or maybe the 3-step plan you were told you had to do to get to your outcome, which I don't know if you love following rules, but I don't love following rules. I like to know what they are and then choose the ones that work for me, that feel good in my body. So making decisions based on your body versus that kind of monkey mind trap that we get in. We're also going to be talking about relationships and how our relationship with ourselves is directly related to our relationship with other people, with our business, with our clients, with our romantic relationships, with our families, with even the people at the grocery store or the coffee shop that you're interacting with every day. So this program is going to be serious. It's called an intensive for a reason. It's not just a class. It is jam-packed with information and interaction for you to take away, and it's lifetime access. So you get the recordings to come back to whenever you want and be able to use the information and refresh the information over and over again as much as you want. So
you can
excited.
fly.
So you can fly.
I love
Exactly. I love that. Anything else we want to add today?
That's it. We can't wait to have you next Thursday and have you start the whole process 1 week from today, next Tuesday. And seriously, having the opportunity to pay the $197 and have that include your friend, that's a really good deal.
There's some awesome bonuses when you click on the link as well. A free yoga class that's on a video with me. I think
I've done yoga with Sarah. It's
Mandy was in that
phenomenal.
class, actually, the video class.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. I had this butt muscle that was twitching, just standing there. We're standing in mountain pose, and my muscles going like, and Sarah's like, just be calm in mountain pose, and I was like, why is my butt twitching? And I was like, no, I'm going with it, and it was so calm anyway. I was like, I can be calm in this weird state, which is part of the message, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's just it. So she's noticing her environment and then choosing that, well, what I want to be right now is calm.
Yeah.
There's an invitation to be calm. I want to take it. My butt is twitching. I'm going to choose to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So did your butt keep twitching, or did it ever stop?
I don't know that it stopped until we sat down.
That's really funny.
It's because the rest of the practice was really good. It was really engaging, and it kind of got some muscles. It's been a while. I've been running and not doing yoga, so it got some muscles that were in my yoga days that needed to be activated, I think.
So if you feel a twitch in your butt that you would like to first love yourself and really increase your knowledge and just the invitation to change some things in your life with a whole bunch of information and experts, and you are sitting there right now thinking, gosh, so-and-so in my life maybe would also really enjoy this, sign up, invite them, let them know, split the cost. I won't tell anyone if you split the cost.
Or you can just make them pay and be their free friend.
that would be even better.
Yeah.
So sign up, click the link above, and we can't wait to fly with you guys.
Yes.
Yes.